Hello, Anarchy in the NYC! New York! Happy 420. You thought I was going to forget, didn't you? I want to give a shout out to the organizers for starting this off, Ian Chiaki. Let's hear it for Ian, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you might be sitting here having a good time tonight and not fully appreciate the significance of this event and what Ian has done leading up to this. Liberty Fest 1, Liberty Fest 2, Liberty Fest 3, the whole franchise that came out of that. And the one that sells out is the one when he finally puts Anarchy in the name. How many of you have been just waiting for this event, waiting for the Liberty Movement to come out and say, yeah, it's about anarchy. Have we not come a long way? Holy crap, look at this movement. And I mean the bigger movement, the freedom movement. I mean, let's be nice and include all of the conservatives that are apologizing for not being libertarian yet. Am I going to keep hearing names like from the back for that one? How about all of the libertarian constitutionalists who are apologizing for not yet being anarchists? Don't you hate it when people who believe in a coercive state call themselves libertarians? It really gives the rest of us a bad name, doesn't it? But why are we in New York City? This is the belly of the status peace. This is the least free place on earth. It's like the opposite of Disneyland. New York City. But I gotta say, how many people in the room actually live in New York City? Sorry about that. I really shouldn't talk. I live near the one city in America that's worse. Potomac, or Mordor on the Potomac, Washington, D.C., District of Criminals. But let's break this down for a second. I'm sure it's been said tonight. There's been an incredible host of good speakers. Ian has done an incredible job putting this together. But just the idea, anarchy. It doesn't take a PhD to understand it. No rulers, not no rules, right? No rulers. And if that's what we're advocating for, as libertarian, voluntarist, anarcho-capitalists, whatever label you think sticks to you. And for those of you who aren't there yet, you might be in the wrong room, but you're still welcome here. Thank you. If you're not an anarchist yet, and you think that at some level you should have a ruler, you're saying that you want someone to be in charge of you. I think they have a term for that. They use it a lot in prison. What do they? Oh yeah, you're somebody's bitch. You haven't figured this out yet? And now, I hate to say this. In the wake of the Boston tragedy, when so many people are coming out waving the flag, people died, we have to wave the flag. Patriotism is for bitches. It shouldn't be that hard to come out and say that in 2013, thank you very much. And the thing in Boston, it burst a lot of people's bubbles, and it really, for all the people that were just totally just not paying attention, totally checked out, they've got their head fully embedded in their fifth point of contact. But for them, it was like, oh my God, I could die at any time. And you have to be like, if you think this way. And you know, when I say go fuck yourself to those people, I don't mean it in a bad way, really. I'm not. If you are so emotionally, like, whatever, that you see 3 people die and you go, the mainstream media told me to cry, I need to wave a flag now. You probably should go masturbate some more. Something wrong with you that needs to be worked out. Start with masturbation, work your way up to therapy. You'll get there. You'll get there. But what is it? You see, what is this about? A tragedy like this, you have to feel what the mainstream media tells you to feel. You have to feel the way the president does. And Obama says, yes, we will rise and fall as one nation. Well, you fat bastards better stay out of my life, the rest of this country. I do not want to rise or fall with Obama and the rest of his minions. We're going to rise and fall as one. Well, the more we stay together, the more we try to collectivize this country. Did I say we? Damn it. There you go. Put a Bitcoin in the, collectivist language jar. Virtual Bitcoin. I was driving back from Philly to get here from Smoked Out Prohibition 4. Yeah. And it's really beautiful. If you stand up in civil disobedience and smoke marijuana in public by yourself, you could get beat up. If you do it with a few hundred people, the cops are afraid of you. I'm really lucky most cops are afraid of me already. On the way here, we heard like a terrorism alert message, and I wrote the number down in case any of you see an unattended backpack in here anywhere. 888-TIPS-NJP. Yes, call the police because people suffer. Therefore, you need the authorities in your life. And in this reaction to the Boston Marathon bombing, and I don't mean to belittle the reality of the tragedy that represents, but to put it in perspective for all of the people that go, oh my God, it's a big deal. 55 people died in bombings in Baghdad that day. That exact day. And you didn't see it on the news because they only wanted to show you white people that were blown up. What did they do to the one Saudi who was the victim of the bombing in Boston? Oh, he's a suspect. He is a person of interest. We're going to go to the hospital and, I don't know what, handcuff him to a hospital bed and then go search his apartment while he's not there? Jesus. But what you see, what is revealed to those of you who are able to hear this, most Americans, they hear this and be like, oh my God. They go crying back to their politicians, right? For those of you that are able to appreciate this perspective, what do you see from the Boston bombing? You know what I see? I see a cage around the shrink-wrapped with the flag brain of every American who thinks that patriotism is more important than justice, that being a part of the collective is more important than being an individual, that being subservient to government is more important than liberty. And that is the psychological cage that is revealed, that is what you see when something like this happens. And you know that because you know better, you are disgusted by the national conversation. But we are bound to our dear leader. That's what they want. That's why Obama has to go on television after Sandy Hook and pretend to cry and just pretend like hundreds of children killed by drone strikes don't even exist. Don't see them on the television. No, we're not going to mention that. And they prey off your insecurity. And that's what it is. When something bad happens, you're frightened. And when you run into this, as advocates of liberty, you know what I'm talking about when you run into statists. There's a resistance, there's a reluctance.